let me move on to another different aspect of it. And Dr. Eskander, I'm going to talk to you about it. And Donnie, we talked before, and she's doing wonderful. She's out of her diagnosis. She's doing great. But some patients have recurrent disease. That means the disease does come back. So what are the unique challenges in kind of the diagnosis and the treatment of recurrent disease? That means diseases come back for patients with ovarian cancer.
It's tough. It's tough for many reasons. It's tough because patients now have access to go read what recurrent ovarian cancer means, and they read about it on the internet, and many of times what they read is that once it comes back, you can't get it to go away permanently again. And so it is a difficult conversation for some patients. Again, I think the key and the priority has to be education and creating a realistic set of expectations for the patient and having open communication. When patients are diagnosed with recurrent ovarian cancer, I like to tell them, listen, this is another starting point for us. This doesn't mean that we don't have options. It doesn't mean that there isn't anything that we can do to help put you back into remission and manage this disease. We're going to start with the information that we have. And thankfully, like Donia alluded to earlier, we are in a time where the amount of information that we have at our fingertips, the opportunities we have for treatment, for molecular profiling of tumors, understanding what targets may exist, is well beyond what existed, again, 5, 7 years ago. So there are a myriad of opportunities that are available for us to treat patients and offer them therapeutic interventions that will hopefully put their cancer back into remission. And again, I like to tell them, we take it one step at a time.
One step at a time.
This is remission, number one, or excuse me, recurrence, number one.
Yes.
Let's deal with this recurrence. Let's see where this path takes us. And then we will decide what we need to do next, if anything. But the hope is to get the patient back into remission and hopefully a durable and long remission at that.
So normally, so I tell my patients also, we'll cross the bridge when we come to it. Right now we are here, and then the next step when we come, we'll do that. But normally is the therapy again, chemotherapy, target therapy, is it lifelong, or do you give it for some time and then stops? I know every patient is different, but what are the general outlines of therapy?
So in general, with recurrent disease, there are, again, a few opportunities. Number one is, and I bring this up because I'm a big advocate of understanding the ways that we can treat our patients better, but if there's a clinical trial that a patient may be eligible for and is interested, that's an opportunity. In terms of current standards of care, it's, again, combination-based platinum chemotherapy for a platinum-sensitive recurrence. That decision is made by determining how long the cancer stayed away after completion of frontline chemotherapy. And if they have a platinum-sensitive recurrence, it's a platinum-based combination regimen. And again, you can use Avastin or bevacizumab in conjunction with that and as a maintenance. More recently, with our understanding again of both the BRCA implications, but also in all patients, there is an opportunity in platinum-sensitive patients to go on PARP inhibitor maintenance therapy. And that maintenance is essentially duration of disease remission, response, or unacceptable toxicity. If a patient has a really, really amazing response and they're on it for a long period of time, potentially may visit have a conversation about what to do at that point. Right. But we do have maintenance therapy options that didn't exist previously for these patients. And the platinum-resistant patient population is a different conversation altogether. But again, it highlights the importance of tailoring the treatment to where a patient is in their disease.
The right patient. So when patients hear about this, let's say the second time around, what are the reactions in a way? Is it similar to the first time around? Is it different now? Now they've been through once, they understand what they're going through. Do they have to get, if they have to get chemo again, what kind of reactions do you see with patients?
It's common for them to be discouraged for the reasons that we just talked about, but I try to reassure them and say, again, that we have effective options for treatment. And they are familiar with chemotherapy, they're familiar with infusions and infusion visits and symptom management. So that familiarity makes it, to a certain degree, easier on them, but it can still be difficult to navigate the disease recurrence settings and to help them cope with knowing that it's back and talking about management going forward.